everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Saray at Saray Plans, and in this video I'm going to be walking you through some of my favorite writing tools that I use pretty much on a daily basis. Now, this was a requested video from one of you, so I wanted to take an opportunity to share what are the tools that I use on a regular basis in my planning or just my everyday work, etc. So as you can see, I have pretty much everything contained within the Erin Condren caddy. This is the new caddy that came out for the spring of 2021. And as you can probably spot a theme, I am definitely team black ink. So go ahead and let me know in the comment section, what team are you on? Are you team black ink or blue ink? Now, typically my caddy is actually a lot more full than this because I keep a ton of other accessories as well, but I really wanted to focus on the writing tools. I am using an Erin Condren notebook to show you how all of these tools write, as well as letting you know why these are my favorite. So do keep in mind that the Erin Condren paper is an 80-pound Mohawk paper, which definitely absorbs a lot more of the ink. So there's less chances of bleed through or shadowing on the back. We'll go ahead and do the test in just a moment, but I just wanted to break it up in terms of what do I use the most. So on one side of the caddy, you're going to find the 0.7 points. For a long time, I've been using the 0.7 types of pens, but I find that lately I've been really enjoying the 0.5, and I feel that it just definitely gives me a lot more control. It creates a little bit more of that scratchy friction against the paper, and I think it just makes my handwriting a little bit neater. So if you're looking to improve on your handwriting, it might be worth it to take a look at what other point pens you might enjoy writing with. Right in the middle, I just have some sticky notes that I use on a regular basis. And then in the back compartments, I have anything that's sort of like a marker, regardless of the point or any specialty types of pens. And then over here, I have some friction color highlighters, which are definitely some of my go-tos. I'm going to go ahead and start with the 0.5, which is my preferred point to write with nowadays, and the ones that I use the most. In this collection, I have 4 of my favorites, and again, these are all 0.5. I have a Papermate Inkjoy Gel. I have a Precision V5, which is actually my go-to. Between these two, I've actually been using and really been steering towards the Precise V5. This one is an Erin Condren, which is, I believe, is a 0.5 pen, but I really like how fancy it is, how heavy it is. So if I'm feeling a little fancy, I'll definitely go for this one. And the other one is the Pilot Friction Clicker Pen. It's also a 0.5, and it is a clicker pen, but the best thing about these pens is that they're erasable. So I use these for addresses, for example, in my address book, or anything that needs to be changed. Like if I keep passwords in a notebook, I can always erase them and write them all over again without having to use whiteout. So this is how all 4 of them write. And definitely my favorite is the Pilot Precise V5 for now, followed by the Papermate Inkjoy Gel. Then again, the Erin Condren Gold Pen, you can see is a little bit more finer, not as pigmented. The Pilot Friction 0.5 is a little bit more on the gray side, but definitely writes really nicely. And on the back, the ones that you can see the most will be the Pilot V5 and the Papermate Inkjoy Gel. Next, we're going to move on to the 0.7s. For the 0.7s, I have another Pilot Precise, and I also have a medium tool pen, and I also love the Paper Mate Inkjoy gels in 0.7. That's actually the one that I have used the most in the past, but I've made a switch because these are definitely comparable. They write pretty much the same, in my opinion. And then I also have a Pilot Friction 0.7, which is another erasable pen. As you can see, this one is definitely a lot thicker than the other one. And the Pilot Friction does sort of have a little bit of a white line in the middle. There must be some sort of ridge or gap right in the point of the pen. Doesn't really bother me, but again, it's not as pigmented as the other ones. It doesn't look as bright. Definitely the tool medium seems to be the darkest here, but the Pilot Precise is more of it's a rollerball type of pen, so it's a little bit different than the gel. We're now going to move on to the specialty types of pens. Okay, so for specialty pens, the gang is all here. We'll go ahead and start with the Pilot Ultra Fine Point as well as the Sakura Micro Perm. These are much thinner fine point, but they're permanent markers. And I love using these for any type of vinyl stickers, for example, like Crazy Ann Designs or Libby & Co. type of stickers. These work well because they do not smear, they dry up pretty quick, and they're perfect. Actually, this one right here is from Crazy Ann Designs, and the logo here has been kind of wearing out because I use it quite a bit. But this is from the 10-year anniversary Crazy Ann Designs bundle that came with her bundle, and then these are also sold on her site because they're perfect for Crazy Ann Design stickers. The Sharpie Ultra Fine Point Permanent Marker kind of works the same way. I do find that it is a little bit thicker than the other pens, so I don't use it as much. These are definitely my preferred pens for those types of vinyl stickers. Sharpie Fine Point Permanent Marker, and actually these two and this one right here, I do not use really in my planner. These are mostly if I'm writing a card or a gift, or I'm mailing a package to someone. I definitely use, these are sort of my go-to for stationery, but not really in my planner because they're alcohol based, so they definitely will go through the page. I've definitely been using the Erin Condren dual tip marker quite a bit. I love the having the flexibility of having that thinner point as well as the thicker portion. So you might notice that in my planner quite a bit, and that is what I'm using. I also love that the marker itself, the ink will not bleed through. And for my darker color stickers, I love using the Uniball Signal White Broad Tip, which allows the ink to really show through if you're using a darker color sticker. And then lastly, the Sharpie Chisel. Definitely do not use this one in my planner as well, but again, if I am doing some sort of correspondence, mailing, or if I'm doing some sort of, like a big poster or some sort of brainstorming session using like big poster board, I definitely use this one a lot. So these are just all of my favorite writing tools, so I figured that I would share with you what I pretty much use on a daily basis. So here I'm giving you a little bit of a closer look as to how everything writes. And all of these, with the exception of the Erin Condren dual tip marker, as you can see in the back. This one is a thinner type of paper, so it does show some shadowing and some bleed through, but in the planner, it really won't do that. But any of these other ones, they're definitely going to bleed through because they are much thicker. Actually, the Sakura Micro Perm will not bleed through either, so that one is safe. But also, if you're writing on top of stickers, you know, any of these will work fine, of course. And then my last favorite writing tools are these Pilot Friction Erasable highlighters. I also love the Erin Condren highlighters, but I can't find them. I just ordered recently a brand new pack, and I don't know what happened to my box, so I need to definitely look for those. And the colors are very similar, but I do prefer these, at least the pastel ones on these, just because they're a little bit more muted than the EC ones, but I use those interchangeably. Plus these are erasable, so there is definitely a bonus. I hope that you enjoyed this walkthrough of some of my favorite writing tools. Perhaps it gave you an idea to try some new pens or writing tools that you hadn't thought of using. If you have a favorite, go ahead and let me know in the comments section below. As always, thank you so much for watching the video. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.